Oh, okay, I think we're live. Hello. This week's review's a little different. I'm not on my phone anymore, which I guess it's better. Am I on my own computer? It's a little slow, but I think you can see and hear what I'm saying. So yeah. So we pick up from last week. It ended on the mother sending a postcard to Luis Miguel, um, and him having some sort of issues with his girlfriend, his on and off and girlfriend. This week's episode was light on plot and a lot of name droppings from famous pop stars of the day and that are still around today. I think I'm gonna have to either wait, hold on. Let me see if I close something and it'll stop because I don't need my browser open. See if that stops the slowness. Oh, slightly better. So yeah. Like I said, the plot was a little light this week. It was more references to pop stars of the day and who he supposedly dated or was linked to or worked with, and his girlfriend meeting up with her ex, which caused some slight conflict with each other, with him and her. So yeah. And then when the other part is the little one, his little self when he's little, he is adjusting to working hard, doing all the work, and going to school. The teacher hates it that he can't focus on his work. I'm gonna have to turn off the camera. So sorry, because it's just terrible. You can see my avatar now, but it's better than just nothing. At least you can hear me. So yeah, you can pretend I'm Integra Banhousing. So yeah, he's a little boy. He's going to school. Teacher hates it that every 5 minutes they take him out so he can do other things. He's having hard times adjusting to that, and I think they're prolonging the inevitable foreshadowing that they're giving, their payoff to their foreshadowing, which is the father telling her to this man so he can get an opportunity to get his son into this world of entertainment, right? So they're giving you, I'm guessing what they're doing because they can't do the real thing. They're alluding to abuse in the house with Lucy Torre and his wife, Marcela. So they allude to that with these violent arguments, verbal arguments, but violent ones. The kids are acclimated to it, it seems, by this point. They wait till they come out, pretend everything is good, and that. Later, the father, to make a profit quicker than later, decides to take the son out of school. Just screw it, right? And she doesn't like that. But in the end of the day, she's dependent on him and the economy. It's just song as old as rhyme, tale as old as time. Woman dependent on an abusive man, she has to go with what he has to say. And it's very sad. So now here is the meat of this week's episode and review is going to be somewhat short. because this is the meat of the episode, I believe. The brother finds the postcard. Uh, Luis Miguel's brother. He's mad at him because he didn't tell him about this. Luis Miguel is probably conflicted. He doesn't understand why she didn't show up. What I think the writers are trying to tell us is she was hiding from him because the man is abusive. And so what happened was she sent that postcard because she missed him and she loved him. And she wanted to to send him the card so he would go to her. But he has been under his father's fist and hammer. Did I just do a communist reference? I didn't mean that. A fist and foot, like he's been on his father's thumb. And his the smaller one always was. They can't read the signs as us the outsiders can. She was running away from him. She wanted them to come with him. The boy gave the card to the father, and we have a scene in this episode where the father is in the bed, lamenting. His son is asking, "What's the matter? What's the matter?" He says, "I went to see your mother, and she tells me that she's cheating on me the whole time with this man, her ex-husband." Well, what are we gonna? He's an unreliable narrator. They have been telling us through these last 3 episodes that he's very unreliable. He is like, he's very abusive. Why would she hide? Why would she be so like super not visible for to be seen? So my guess is that he went, like, this is the theory that since episode 1 we in the audience have been trying to pull out, but I think we're getting closer to it. He went down there because he was abusing her. He found her, killed her. He told her this bogus story to his son so he wouldn't investigate anymore. And that's my conclusion to the evidence that they're showing us on screen. This also was a catalyst for Luis Miguel because he's been having doubts about his girlfriend Mariana. She's been talking to her ex. They've been showing. They also have like these weird visual clues too that she has some feelings for her ex still, but I don't think she acted on them. But they also kind of leave it kind of vague. This was a catalyst for him to get rid of her because his mother cheated on him, his father. Therefore, he's being cheated on too. Remember, he's a very young man. Like, he's 18, but he's still young. He doesn't understand how life works. So, yeah, he acted rashly. Either he pretended to sleep with someone, or he actually slept with someone and called her, or she came down because she was missing him and he hasn't called her. And she caught them in bed with someone else. I don't know if that someone else is Alejandra Guzman, because they showed her. I knew right away it was her. Or Adela Noriega, or someone else. There was like so many famous like girls back then. Like I said, they name dropped like a whole bunch of them. Talia too was there. I don't know which one. I think it's supposed to be De La Noriega. If not, I'm completely, you know. One minor nitpick. Now that I'm basically done with like I said, the episode had very little plot this week. It was more like it set up for next week probably. I don't even think they gave us the next week we're going to have blah blah blah. They didn't even have that. So yeah. Oh, my computer almost fell asleep on me. Huh. Oh, and it automatically turned on my camera again. Okay, whatever. I'm almost done with my review anyway. One little nitpick with the actor. I've seen photos of Luis Miguel at this point. At least I think that's what I'm, because they're name dropping Adela Noriega and Quinceañera and all that shit. So at that point, he didn't look that big like Boneta is. Um, he still looked like a baby, like baby face, cutesy little boy. He didn't look like a man like Boneta looks like. So maybe they should have picked like a slightly younger man or boy or a man that looked like a younger boy. Boneta doesn't look old. I'm not saying that he looks old. I think it's just that he doesn't fit the age that Luis Miguel is. Él está un poquito not the age. He isn't old looking, but he isn't so baby face. He is still baby face, but he's not the right baby face. Because like Luis Miguel's baby face was doughy and like a little child still. They got the hair right, so that's you got something there. um. So yeah. Um. Not a bad episode. Better than last week's. Though I feel like it's still going on fast forward. I can't wait till they put it on Netflix so I can freaking understand what the hell is going on. Maybe it's just they're editing things out. I don't know. Again, I'm gonna turn off the camera because maybe I should just stay like this because it doesn't look too like slow motion. But then again, no. So yeah, sorry. I'm gonna keep moving my mouse so it doesn't fall asleep. So yeah, now this week's episode was just one of those setup episodes, sort of filler, referential to the time to make you like nostalgic of the '80s Mexican pop culture. Oh, I forgot to mention, there was something that my mother always hated about Luis Miguel, which was that he lied of his birthplace, and because I am Puerto Rican, it kind of hurts that somebody would just like say, "Oh, why would I be that gross Puerto Rican? I'm not. I'll pretend to be Mexican." Now, Luis Miguel is nationalized Mexican now, but he was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Well, he's Puerto Rican. And that's what always bothered my mom. He would lie about that. But it seems that it was the father that told him in a very young age to lie about that. And as a child, if your father or your mother tells you to do something, you do it. And then if you repeat that lie for so long, well, it becomes the truth for you. And then, like in the 90s or in the 2000s, I think they came out with, like, some reporter said, no, you're not Mexican. You're Puerto Rican. You were born in Puerto Rico. So yeah, there's that. Um, like watching this man, like the poor man, like you can see his like the psychological warfare going on with this man. His father was a very awful person. Um, it could like tear someone's brain apart, like psyche apart. Actually, not brain. Um, and it looks like that's what happened to the poor man. Luis Miguel got so like he had no chance. The poor kid never had a chance. Um, it's really sad, but yeah, my mom figured out now that it wasn't him; it was his father that lied about his nationality. Because in Mexico, they're very nationalistic. I'm not slighting them for this. Puerto Rico's somewhat like this too. Um, they don't like anybody that isn't from there. Like, well, that's not true. They welcome people in Mexico that are not from there. It's not necessarily like, boo, I hate you because you're foreign. No, that's not what Mexico is. But they like, they take more pride in if you're Mexican, born in Mexico. Like, this is, oh, this is stereotypical like marketing. They did that for him so he could be more popular. So yeah, and they created his moniker Sol de Mexico and make him more popular like that. So that's what it happened. They made a product out of him. And again, the psychological damage that this causes children, the lying, the faking who you are, the sleepless nights, the anxiety of keeping up in school, and then like feeding your family, it's all on you. That's terrible to do that to a child. And these parents that are stage parents or manager parents or whatever parents that are in the industry, they fail to see the damage that they do to these poor little kids. They don't care most of the time, or they don't see it because, hey, my kid's famous and he has money, and that what makes people happy and good and healthy, not like a nice little balanced, comfortable home that nurtures the child. Yeah. Sorry, I went into a little like tangent. I don't like child abuse. So yeah, um, seeing it and it really happened because it's documented that this happened to Luis Miguel. So the next thing, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, is who is the father of the smallest brother? Because it is not, at least that is planted in some of the interviews outside the series. It is not Luis Miguel's father. That's his little brother father. It's probably that creepy guy that kept trying to molest Marcella through the whole last episode. And there was an interview that they did with one of her friends long ago, from long ago, but recently the interview. They said she looked really choked up about some horrible event that happened to Marcella. So nothing good happened to this woman, and it's really sad. Really is. Well, let me put on the camera. This has been hold on. Okay. This has been a very emotional episode. So even though it was not plot heavy, it's kind of emotional because it's child abuse, child manipulation, and that's sad. So let's see what happened next week with the poor woman and the child. So let's see what happens next week with the show. See you next week. I might play a game either tomorrow. It's one of those reading novel games that I review time to time here. I'm gonna review Gotham on Thursday. which the news is out that the next season is the last season, which is sad, but at least they have an ending, hopefully, for it. It's not gonna abruptly end and just ruin everything. Um, and again, see you Sunday for this series. Um, Probably gonna get worse for Marcella and Luis. Um, at least the music is fun, right? Right? Mm. Well, see you guys. Bye.